Now tuning in to Earbud Media. Audio for everyone.
I just finished setting up all the candles for this episode, and they are, my hands are tired. 160.
There's a lot of them. That's a lot of candles.
It's like a room
Yeah.
full of candles.
It's a fire hazard at this point.
It's, I'm so scared, but it's a delicate balance.
Nevertheless, we persist.
I mean, I'm scared if we have to keep going on theme every episode.
Right. What's gonna happen to us?
I don't, next week is just so vague. Like, history repeating. Like, what does that mean, you know?
You're right.
Welcome to Into Twilight. Hello.
Oh. Yo, what up?
What up?
We out here.
We are here. I think, I didn't check the calendar. I don't have a calendar event set, but I do think that we did just pass 7 years.
Fuck. Happy birthday to us.
Happy,
and also to Stefan Salvatore.
Our 162 candles.
Yeah.
It's a birthday party for all of us.
Yeah, I hope you don't mind. We're gonna split that cake with them.
I mean, they can't eat it anyways, you know?
That's true. You won't enjoy it, so.
They can drink tequila, though, which is weird. So,
Yeah.
does it just sit in their... I have questions about the lore. We can get into it later. I'm just confused. It's just like, why do they sleep? Do they get tip? I need to email someone. I have questions.
Yeah, I need to send a strongly worded letter.
There's got to be a forum somewhere. Like, it's just... Damon was like, I'm so glad that Anne Rice has lore figured out. But then they drink alcohol. So, like, what? And they sleep. What the fuck?
Right. Come on, guys.
Just figure it out. I have questions. I'm going to try not to set myself afire here. I might need to blow out these candles at some point. You know how hard it is? I went to so many stores. I was trying to avoid Amazon. 162 birthday candles.
Yeah, you really got to make the rounds, you know? Got to knock on people's doors.
It's just not even an even number, because you know how birthday candles come in packs of 10? It's like, what the fuck? I have 8
it's like, do you have 2 loose candles?
Right, exactly.
Running around.
If I open up this pack and I just take 2, will anyone bother, you know?
Right.
What the fuck? How you doing?
I'm here. I'm alive.
Thank God.
I want to talk about... This is a bad show. I just want to say that off the bat. I don't think it's good.
Your happy thing or us? Or both?
No. No, this is our show is good. We have a good show. I'm bringing a bad reality TV show to space. Okay?
Hey, same.
So, hell yeah. We love to see it. This is... somehow... I don't know how we got into this. I think we're just, like, perusing Netflix. I was like, what are you just going to shove down my maw, Netflix? Like, what is the piece du jour today of garbage slop?
Right.
And the answer of that was called Love in the Wild.
Uh-oh.
Which Netflix incorrectly labeled as being from 2023. It is not. It is fully 2011.
Now, wait a minute.
So that's a jump
really
scare.
Wrong.
It's really wrong. Because I was like, oh, cool. New reality TV show from Netflix? Great. No, it's not. It is very much not. It is old.
That's a fake ID swap right there.
Yes, it's a problem. And this is a show in which it's sort of kind of like, Are You the One? Second Chances, if anyone outside of me and the 12 people that watched that show remember, where it's kind of an Amazing Race ripoff, but kind of a matchmaking situation. It's like, there's, heteronormative, there's like 10 dudes, 10 girls, and they like pair up to like do challenges in the wild, in the jungle, and hopefully build a love connection. But the gag is, at this like elimination ceremony or whatever, you can just switch your partner with someone else and take someone else's partner. Like, the people that win the challenge or whatever, like, get a guaranteed swap. So, like, whoever they pick will be their partner automatically and fuck over the other person. But everyone else has to, like, ask to be someone's partner, and they can say no and put them in, like, this weird banishment zone of, like, let's hope someone picks them up, otherwise they're going home. Like, the last 2 people that just, like, don't get picked for, like, you know, like in middle school, like picking teams for basketball. It's that, but for love,
I have full body chills right now. I'm so uncomfortable.
It's fucked up.
When I think about The Bad Place, I think about the humidity that comes with being in a jungle and the rejection of asking someone to be my dance partner and them saying no. Like, that's all the bad stuff that can happen.
And it's all here. That's it.
And it's like funny a music, like a party, like a middle school dance chaperone being like, y'all gonna fuck or what? Like,
right.
No. No.
And, like, none of these people have, like, personalities, really, at all. They're very boring. It's also incredibly important, like, 2011 culture study of, like...
Everyone's wearing chevron and zebra print.
Absolutely. Like, the big chunky necklaces, the eyeliner, the lashes. There's a lot going on here. And it's a show. It's a television show.
Okay, this just reminded me of something. I saw something on TikTok this week that I wanted to be shot into space. Did you know that for the 3rd time in my life, they're bringing Essie, I think it was, is bringing back crackle nail polish?
No.
I wish I was kidding.
I want to die.
This happened when I was in high school, and I didn't do it because I thought it was ugly then. This happened when I was a baby, and my god sister had it in her, like, caboodle, and I thought it was the coolest stuff ever.
Sure. Yeah.
This cannot happen for a 3rd time.
You can't let this happen. Yeah. Like, I'm seeing some trends pop back that I'm not a fan of. Like the ballet flats. We gotta nip that in the bud, babes. We cannot do that again.
You're gonna get stinky feet and plantar fasciitis. Don't learn
from our mistakes.
Learn from us.
Okay? Learn from your elders, okay?
I can't. It makes me believe in my long-held belief, like candy corn, that Essie is taking the crackle nail polish that they made in the 90s. They didn't sell enough then. They brought it back in the 2010s, and now they're doing it in 2030.
They still have so much overstock left that they have to get rid of it.
Because it's just made of alcohol. Like, what's going to go wrong, you know?
Right. God.
I'm so scared.
So that's what's been just boggling around in my mind for the past 7 days. How are you doing, my friend?
I've been bit by the Bravo bug.
That's right. That is right.
And I'm so glad for it. I understand now what y'all have been what y'all have been on. And so I am here to talk about a bad show that has brought me joy this week. Which is the real, like, Marvel Avengers of Bravo, which is, of course, Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip.
Fuck. Yes.
Have you watched this?
No, I am not in on the lore. I am always tempted, and I've heard many things about it being a moment, but I've not dabbled.
All right, I'm gonna fucking twist my chair back around. Let me pull down my whiteboard. This is I'm telling you, like, worlds align. There's 3 seasons of this. Mm-hmm. It is, because it's on Peacock, there's, like, only 1 commercial each episode, which is just, all right, I can handle that. Mm-hmm. They bring powerhouses from every universe in. Most of them I don't know yet, but I'm getting there.
Sure.
The first one was in, I think, 2021. It was in Turks and Caicos.
Okay.
The second season was at Dorinda's Bluestone Manor, and Dorinda's from Roni, so I was like, fuck yes, I know this place. And Dorinda's one of my favorites. She's so fucking funny. She's not a good person, but she's fucking funny. And then this third season that I just finished watching was in Thailand. I have to tell you about this. Okay.
Yes.
So Thailand, I knew only one of these women. The rest were from like Miami, Potomac, Atlanta, and Salt Lake City.
Okay.
But when they filmed this, they hadn't even like aired the latest season of Salt Lake City. They hadn't even done the reunion yet, and it was just when Jen Shaw admitted that she was guilty.
Fuck. Yes.
And so it's so nasty. Like, because they have two cousins on here from Salt Lake City, and the beef is so brutal. And I don't know them, but it made me want to just skip, because I'm going to go into Beverly Hills next. That's my plan, because I need to understand this fucking Vanderpump thing. But it made me want to skip into Salt Lake City, because I was like, what? Why does this girl talk about having a black eye, like a full-on, like her actual eye, not the eye, like socket around it, is black, and people think it's from Jen Shaw.
Oh my god.
And she will not say, she eats a scorpion rather than say who it's from.
That's amazing.
Like, these Mormons are so it's so good. Yeah. It's like all the best parts of every Real Housewives season, where they go on their like expense trips and shit gets nasty. But the Thailand one was really good because they have this concierge. His name is Pepsi. And he's learned all of his English from watching movies, which is cute as fuck. But he's like a foot and a half shorter than all the women. And I would die for this man. I would do everything for him.
Shout out Pepsi.
He's so cute. And by the end, all the women and him are like crying because they don't want to leave. They like have trauma bonded with this man because he thought they were just like women and not like Real Housewives. And so he was like, didn't know what the fuck he signed up for. Anyways, I highly recommend it because it's like 8 episodes rather than like 20. So it's super quick watch. Yeah. They're not good women. Right. But it's so good.
Oh my goodness.
Because it's a different kind of editing style than Real Housewives. Because I think it was just aired on Peacock. And I don't know how to explain it to you other than you just watching it. But they get a little, it reminds me of kind of like YouTube editing where the girls will like say something and then they'll put it on screen. I don't know how to explain it, but it's a little like, it's a different editing style. It just is it's a little raunchy. It's a little juicy. So I recommend it. It's not good, but I recommend it.
Yeah. All right. I fuck with that.
So, I'm so deep in the Bravo rabbit hole now. For all these nasty women, but it's great and I like it.
We love to see it.
So we have some current events. I continue to say this over these past 7 years. Can y'all just stop dropping news after we've recorded?
It's pretty fucked up at this point. Y'all gotta get it together.
We've had, at least for the last 2 years, we've had a consistent day that we record on. Just ask us. Just let us know. Help us help you. So the most important news, obviously, that y'all have hounded us because we didn't talk about it last week. And we've been new. We knew this. Yeah. But we wanted to be respectful. Yes. Is, of course, so Suki's pregnant.
She's pregnant. Rob's having a baby.
Rob's having a baby.
He's having a baby.
It's very
He's
cute.
Be a dad.
I'm
Rob,
so scared.
Dad Rob. Yeah, I'm nervous for this child.
I'm so scared. She seems so happy. They both seem very happy.
Yeah.
I'm very happy for them. I will be watching when this kid comes out like a hawk.
Eagle eyes, yeah.
Because I'm going to need to know all of the astrological details immediately.
God. Oh my goodness, yeah. So important.
But I'm very happy for them. And I hope that they're happy, and I hope that the media leaves her alone. That's all I say.
I think that's totally valid.
Like, it's stressful enough, you know?
Yeah.
Just leave Suki alone. I know her name now, all right?
Right, I know who she is now.
Okay? Just leave them alone. We have a little bit more Rob news.
We do. Because it was his... Oh, speaking of birthdays, it's a very birthday-heavy episode.
Yeah.
I guess.
Catherine Hardwicke dropped some news from a podcast.
Right. The Happy, Sad, Confused podcast. Okay.
Same.
Cool. Yeah, me too. Valid. In which she, not only did she crash Robert Pattinson's birthday party, which was in May, so I love that she's talking about this now. Go off, queen. With Toni Collette. Okay.
Hello?
Need to know everything about this friendship. Immediately. Hello?
Okay, so, like, we know...
That's enough on its own.
So we knew Robert was a Taurus, so this is not surprising.
Right.
That he turned 37 back in May. But for some reason, when she was on Happy, Sad, Confused, that she just says that she went to Rob's party with Toni Collette and then keeps going. Like, that's not a full stop.
It's like, oh, you thought I was done? There's more. Because guess who also crashed the party? Kristen Stewart. Mic drop. Hello?
Honestly, the more interesting thing here to me is Toni Collette.
Yeah. Like, I want to know everything.
I fully believe that Kristen and Rob can be cordial with each other, professional, kind.
Sure. Totally.
I would, like, this does not surprise me at all.
Yeah.
I hope that she is using crashed here colloquially.
Right.
Otherwise, I think that's fucking hilarious that
Catherine
and
like
Toni
fully not invited.
were not on the list, but she was like, do you see, this is Toni Collette. Like,
right. Come on now.
You can't say no to Toni Collette going to Rob's birthday. I'm far more interested in Rob's circle of friends.
Yes.
That is, how does this man, how is he, maybe not friends, right? But how is he acquaintances and cordial with, like, everyone in Hollywood?
Yeah.
Why have we seen him this year alone with Catherine, Toni, Kristen, and Taylor?
True.
And,
yeah, he's been making the rounds this year. What's going on?
What the fuck is his name? He was in Taylor's music video. He was that, like, 2014 heartthrob. Oh, no. You know what I'm talking about?
You know what I'm saying?
You know? Give me the fucking cast of Divergent. Who is this fucking... Miles Teller.
Oh,
That's who
sure.
it was.
Okay.
How's this dude... How does he fucking know everybody? Is it just because he's a tourist and so he's just like, I don't fucking care. Like, yeah, I'll be on yachts smoking with everybody. Because wasn't it a couple of years ago that he was with, like, Leo and Kanye?
Oh, yes. Yeah, yeah.
Which, like, yikes. Now, like... But
right,
also...
in retrospect, uh-oh.
But it's just because he's... Does he just end up places Like, is that what
I feel like
is?
he must. He just kind of, like, wanders, and I think he just stumbles into... Like, I don't think he ever has plans of what he's gonna do.
Oh my god.
And he just shows up, and he's there.
So wild. What a year for him, though.
What a year.
You know?
Absolutely.
It's a good year for this man. Anyways, I think that's great. Thank you, Catherine, for this podcast. I also heard on that same podcast she was talking about if she could remake the Twilight movie now, that she would cast Jacob Elordi. Is that you if I can say his last name?
I think so, yeah.
And Jenna Ortega. It's a very Netflix heavy cast there.
Yeah, that is the most 2023 cast for remake I've ever heard. But oh my god, could you imagine though the height difference? That would be. He's got like 2 feet on Jenna Ortega. Are you kidding? Like that's nuts. Oh
my god, I don't. It's a very like 2023 specific cast. It's not a very
yeah. Just the hot girls and guys of the moment.
Exactly. Hey, speaking of hot guys of the moment, did you see the video of Billy Burke that I posted on our Twitter today?
I did. I don't want to talk about it.
Don't you, though? He's so fucking hot.
Listen, we've been saying. We've never been wrong in our lives, except when we are.
God damn.
We've been right about him being a fucking smoke show, okay? He's hot.
He's just so beautiful. It pisses me off. It's just...
Yeah.
He's so beautiful. God damn. Okay. All right. So, last week, season 1, episode 7, Haunted. HBO finally gave me a recap for this episode. Thank you.
Oh my god.
HBO.
Have you not been getting recaps this whole time?
No, it's like every other episode. I don't know why it does that.
That is bananas, because I feel like I need the recap so bad, because I'm like, what the hell happened? Especially since we're watching it week by week.
I know.
Episode. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Maybe that's, again, this is not an ad for Peacock, but I do watch it on Peacock, because that's just what I got. And it's there, and I have been very blessed by the recaps, because otherwise I feel like I'd be drowning. And so much stuff happens.
If there was a setting that I could toggle, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
I would toggle it to do
I would toggle it.
Anyways, it was very helpful for this specifically, because rip to Vicky.
Rip Vicky.
Needed that recap this week. And I was shocked personally to see Miss I wrote it down. John Tucker Must Die. Lexi.
Yep. Ariel.
Herself. But goddamn, very timely in 2009, I'll say.
Yeah. God. Yeah, perfect casting. I wish... There's a thing about this show, right? They keep introducing people that I'm like, this is going to be interesting. A little fun dynamic. So it's not just these two brothers cucking each other forever in eternity. Like, give me a little bit more side stuff. Give me a little bit more intrigue. And then they fucking kill them every single time. This happened like 3 times at this point. And we're only in episode 8. I'm tired. Okay?
Right. It's been... Hold on. I'm still shocked by the fact that this is on Peacock. I did not know that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That changes things.
They got the whole vampire beat down, even though they killed Vampire Academy. RIP.
I'm still pissed about that. Okay, that changed. Yeah. Maybe I'll watch it on Peacock now. Okay, great. It annoys me because I'm still not over the uncle, though I understand why for the last couple episodes that had to happen.
Right.
But I'm pissed about Vicky, and I'm sad about Lexi because this episode, she just essentially served as lore for Stefan, which she gave us some great fucking lore, I'll tell you that.
Oh, for sure.
And then as a way to get the Council of Vampire Hunters off the Salvatore's back.
Yeah, right.
Which she didn't need to die if Damon would have fucking stopped killing people.
Right. Didn't have to do all this. And, like, she was a great foil to Damon. Because she was like, I know you're full of shit, bitch. Like, because now it's just like Steph and Damon dicking around, being like, I hate you, you suck. And forever. And there's no third party. And she just comes in being like, I know you guys aren't slick. And you're very predictable and easy to, like... figure out what the fuck's going on between you two.
This is another vampire who's older than them. So it's another older woman who's like, I know how to play you two against each other. And it pisses me off because I liked Lexi. I wish that they hadn't done this actress dirty because I really like her with her short hair. Yeah. And I wish they hadn't give her those nasty extensions.
The extensions were not kind.
They did her so dirty. But she introduced one of the things that I think in a modern time is the most plausible way for vampires to interact with humans, which is the blood bags. The straw was fucking hilarious. But, like...
so good.
Damon, Lexi is showing you, for potentially not the first time given the, like, interpreted lore that we have, how you can not have animal blood, so still not compromise what you want, but not kill people.
Right.
And you are
seems pretty sick.
And you are actively choosing not to do that.
Right. It's like, what if I just blew everything up instead?
God.
How about that? You know?
It's so annoying. He pisses me off. I will say, though, Ian... This is like the third episode in a row where his sass meter is like off the charts.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
That moment, I think it was like halfway through the episode where he did like much better with his like grin, killed me.
Yeah.
It was, the context of what happened in that moment was nasty and really bad, but it was so distracting because I was like, Ian...
Ian, stop.
Ian, you're so great, and I love you a lot.
You're so bad, Ian.
And it kills me. It kills me a lot.
Yeah.
I need to know how you feel about Stefan, Mr. Broody Scorpio himself, in contrast to the lore that we get from Lexi. His little wild side on the Trevi Fountain.
It's a little bit of a wild card.
Yeah.
A little bit no longer cool, calm, and collected. Like, I'm just doing everything for the good of everyone. I'm good, guys. I'm good. And it's like, actually, it's kind of a piece of shit.
Mr. Naked in the Trevi Fountain. Mr. Drunk on the torch of the Statue of Liberty.
Like... hello, which hilarious to think about and visually picture of like, yes, let me see those postcards. They're just like doing, it's like, yeah, this one's really cool, take a pic. I'm doing this cool stunt.
I need more of this lore. And also that they are like buddies with Bon Jovi.
Oh my god, yeah, crucial detail.
They just drop that at the start and then we just move on from it really quickly.
Yeah. I'm
haunted by it.
Yeah. I also did love the sort of, not reveal, but like, of Lexi like hopping out of the shower and Elena comes in and she's like, oh, hey, is Stefan here? And she's like, he's in the shower. Do you want to wait? And Elena's like, I'm good. Thank you. And it's like, this motherfucker already moved on, bitch. And then she's like, no, I hate this dude. I'm just here for his birthday. It's not like that. Don't even worry about it.
As soon as that happened, I got so much secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah.
Because I was really nervous that the writers were going to make the two of them, like, pit them against each other.
Yeah, right.
Because it's an easy thing to do, but it's a very surface level, like flat, boring choice. Especially at the end of this when it's like we don't even get Lexi moving forward. And so I'm very glad that we had that moment later on when Elena actually does show up to the party. Right. And they kind of, they're not friends, but they get to have that bonding moment where Lexi's like, all right, listen, I'm going to down these 3 tequila shots. Right. And I'm going to tell you something really vulnerable about myself where, like, you don't need to worry or stress that, like, I like Stefan. He's a piece of shit, and I just like to pick on him. And he sucks at pool. But it's like the love of my life was human. And they get to have that really cute moment of Elena being like, I'm scared. And Lexi's like, but girl, you're here, so what up? And
it's possible. If you, you know, this is a thing that can happen. Also, too, kind of at the beginning of this episode, where, like, Stefan's moody in the dark in front of Elena's house, being like, hey, are you going to this party? Like, I'm being dragged there, whatever. And it's like, yeah, maybe. I'm thinking about it, I'm not sure. And he's like, well, actually, to sweeten the deal, it is my birthday. I didn't tell anyone, but it is my birthday. And she's like, actually, I don't think I'm gonna go anymore. I actually think I'm gonna stay in tonight. I have a really nice bag of popcorn waiting for me. I got some cozy pajamas. I'm actually probably gonna take it easy. You have fun, though, birthday boy. Get out of here. So I love rude. That. I love it. It's so
I love
fun.
It so much. That scene in particular, the lighting was the worst thing I've ever seen.
God, it's so bad.
I don't know if they didn't have time for reshoots or what, but it was really bad.
Yeah. Speaking of really bad, we also get people trying to fuck with Bonnie again. I don't love it because she's out here finally getting in touch with her witchiness, her magic, because of this cool pendant. And it's great. She tells Elena, huge, shows her this, like, beautiful. Cute moment. It was so nice. And being like, do you think I'm a weirdo? And she's like, oh my god, no, bestie. I've seen crazy things in the last few days. You have no idea. I wish I could tell you. This is actually really cool in comparison to that. You do you, girl. And Damon's in here trying to fucking ruin her goddamn life and get that pendant because he needs it. Whatever. Get a new one, bitch. I'm sick of you. Real. Let Bonnie have her thing.
I have so many questions about why he needs that talisman.
Right.
Because there's very little that we know about it right now. We know that it's associated with Bonnie's lineage. We know that when it was hanging up in the sun in Caroline's room, it made a pentagram at one point. And that when Bonnie has worn it and people have tried to take it or, like, interfere, like, harm her in some way, or that it will, like, zap them. But I don't know why what does that do for Damon? We don't know yet. But Bonnie definitely needs to wear it and listen to her grams. I'm really... Not only does it make me sad, but I'm tired of... Like, I'm getting a little bored of the Damon using Caroline as a puppet.
It's so old already. And it's, like, just not... Obviously, it's not fun to watch because it's, like, horrific. Because she's just, like, not a person anymore. And it's just like, oh, I'm gonna immediately be this, like, henchwoman or whatever outside of my own free will. Because this dude... And it's like, yes, I got it. I understand what we're doing here. We don't need to stretch this out for however many episodes it's already been because nothing else is happening.
It is... It bothers me. I understand why in this episode it needed to happen, but it's not interesting to watch anymore.
Right. Yeah, it's
and
lost all of the intrigue that it was.
I agree.
It's now just like, this is who she is as a character now. Just a puppet. Cool. Great. Love it.
And they have not made... And I think that's the thing that sucks is, like, we're now 8 episodes in, and I want to get to a point where Caroline is no longer a flat character, and I'm not seeing that yet.
Yeah, and we're moving farther and farther away from that being a potential option.
I agree.
Yeah.
And we get little, like, sparks of it, but then we move, like, 10 steps back when Damon just uses her as a pawn here. Yeah. And it makes me sad. I wrote down a note here, completely unrelated, about the fact that the grill had multiple payphones.
Oh my god, yeah.
Because that was, like, the only reason why I thought of it was because Caroline goes, like, back and forth when trying to get the talisman from Bonnie. And I was like, oh, damn, the grill. I really wish that they still had payphones around.
Yeah, that was actually a good thing. Good technology. We should not automize that away. That was actually pretty important.
It's really helpful. What I love about... Well, there are a couple of, like... I wouldn't even call them B plots. I think the C plot, perhaps, is Jeremy.
Yeah.
This episode. And the fact that Elena and, shocker, Jenna's back.
Yeah.
From wherever she was.
She's made a return from wherever she was hanging out. She's staying over the news guy's place a little bit. Realized that she is technically a mother now.
For real. Is, like, a month and a half in really caring about school now.
Great.
And Elena's very concerned because she's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And she points the fingers at Damon and is like, what did you, when you were, like, all up in his brain, what did you do to him? Which, anytime that Elena and Damon interact, I find it funny because they just, she has no patience for his bullshit, and I think that that's beautiful.
It's gorgeous. Yeah, it's stunning to see.
He is, like, very adamant about the fact that he didn't add anything extra. He only took away like trauma and pain. And now that he's not, or he says specifically, he says Elena took away his suffering. And now like what I can infer from that is that he's not suffering about Vicky. And if he took away his suffering in general, maybe he's not suffering about his parents anymore.
Yeah, and that's what it seems like. It's like he didn't just
really
take the one bit, which is what Elena asked. I don't know if it works that way, if you can just, like, take a little bit out. But now it's like, oh, you don't even have to process your parent stuff because it doesn't exist anymore. You're good. You love school and you don't like weed anymore. So cool. Hell yeah, dude. Cool. You did it. Process all of your trauma. We got it. Easy.
Damon's part of the DARE program.
Yeah, exactly. He's an undercover agent. And he is, listen, Damon this entire episode is a cop. So
that's so real.
That tracks.
That side moment, though, is like Damon, the way that he took that reminds me a lot of, like, working with a genie or a djinn. Is like you have to be really specific with what you ask.
Right. Of your wishes, yeah.
Yeah. But you're so right. He is a cop because he's working with Caroline's mom a lot in this episode as, like, a B plot. The fact that I want to know how he got that vervain in that box.
Yeah, right?
Because he can't touch it, Lexi can't touch it, and Stefan can't touch it. So who put it in the box?
I imagine he just, like, grabs some, like, really long, like, salad tongs or something. It's just, like, digging it up from the other side, being like, come on, like, get in here.
That's so much more plausible than what I was thinking. The first thing that came to my mind was, like, he compelled, like, a USPS worker to be like, come to my basement, put this in a box.
That's also cool. That's a power move. It's like, hey, buddy, get in here. Give me a bag of this. Don't ask. And then
forget I ever asked you to do this.
Right.
But then we find, so he gives her the box at her workplace, which is so suspicious. That's like some how to get away with murder shit, is doing it at her job.
And because everyone still does not know that his uncle is dead. And now Damon is taking on the role of being like, I talked to him, I got it, don't worry about it, I'm your new confidant now, wink wink, don't suspect me, I'm not a vampire, thank you.
Which totally leans into the stereotype of, like, the person who did the killing is the one who's most involved, like, who tries to get involved with the investigation.
You're doing too much, Damon. Have you ever watched Dateline?
For real.
Come on, get out of here.
But he's also making himself seem like a weed guy, because, like, you're doing a drug deal at their job, but it's fine.
Right.
We find out that Caroline's mom, I don't remember her name. Oh, well. Gives the vervain to her deputies as well. Oh, her name's Liz. Sure.
Liz.
I don't think we've ever found that out. But okay. So, okay, cool. I felt really bad. I don't know that I've ever felt bad for a cop before, but I felt really bad for the guy who found the dead boyfriend and the girl.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know that dude was like, I just want to go into the grill. I have to be at work today. And now I found another dead body. This is so much paperwork.
Right. It's like this small town keeps having dead teens pop up everywhere. I'm just trying to get a fucking burger. Okay. Right. Play a little bit of pool before I gotta clock in my overnight shift. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like, you know that dude moved to a small town because he was like, I want a job, but I don't want to have to do anything. Right. And now he has all these dead kids. Like, that's so fucking traumatizing.
Yeah, that's rude. That sucks.
Also, Liz, I want to believe that you're good at your job or whatever, but you asked this really traumatized teenage girl to point out who killed her boyfriend?
Come on. In a crowded bar. Like, get
and
out
you
of here.
knew who it was? Like,
yeah.
Okay. Were you right? I mean, yeah, but like...
Right.
I mean...
Yeah. And the way she just, like, stabs Lexi with
holy
the
shit.
Like, injection was nuts. I was not expecting it to go in that direction. But it was swift, and it was, seemed very painful.
It seemed so bad.
Yeah. I do wonder, though, why all of these cops keep bringing guns to a vampire fight.
What the fuck is that?
Like, what's going on, right? Like, especially if this is a thing that has happened in this town before, and they are, like, actively have, like, a squad, like, meeting about it and having all these, like, plans. Why are y'all bringing guns to a vampire fight?
Especially because it seems
do none of y'all have wood? Like, what is going on here?
It doesn't
Not
even
a single
seem
stake
like
to be found?
When we were in the woods last episode, I think it was 2 episodes ago, when it was wooden bullets. It's not that. These are presumably regular like...
Because they're not doing anything.
No, it's just like, pissing them off.
Right. It's like, y'all gotta be on... You gotta have your vampire kit and you gotta have your cop kit. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta, like, swap them out. You can't just have them regular-ass bullets.
You have to imagine Mystic Falls. They have, like, a tool belt of their guns, right? Which, like, I'm anti-gun. I don't believe in this. But we're gonna pretend for the sake of this fiction, right?
For the sake of killing a vampire, we will play with the fiction in the space.
Right. That they've got their normal gun, right? They've got their water gun, and then they have their vampire gun. Why'd you grab your regular gun? Yeah.
Come on now.
You have to grab your Abraham Lincoln gun with the wood.
Right. Yeah, from 1776. You gotta get your old ass, like...
Right. If you're playing with people who were born in the 1800s, then you need to use 1800s weapons. Right. Use wood. God damn. Come on now.
Jeez.
It's just so silly. You know? Yeah. But I did feel bad for Lexi. I was interested in her. I'm tired of... This is a very, like... it's not limited to CW, but I'm well versed in CW, specifically of like Monster of the Week shit. Of like, we're gonna introduce this like interesting character, but we don't need to build her out that much because she's gonna die at the end of this episode.
Right.
And she only serves to, like, advance these two brothers.
Right. And even Stefan, too, as he was literally... Or not Stefan, Damon, as he was literally staking her. She was like, why? He was like, basically, like, for the plot. Which, like, is basically what the CW writers are doing, too. It's like, come on, guys. God.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
Embarrassing. Also, I don't think that it was fair that the bartender was arrested for serving Lexi because he was compulsed. However, I don't know. Here's the thing. Caroline was also drunk. This isn't the first time that she's been tipsy at the grill. So, is it just that bartender? No, I think the grill has a problem.
Right.
We need an undercover boss situation.
Right, yeah. We gotta get someone in here.
Right. I immediately, when I saw Caroline going over to Matt, wrote, oh, no.
Bad news.
These two who have grief spaces in their heart, who need to fill them with other people, don't push these two together.
Come on.
It's so obvious. I don't like it. Yeah, it's not going to work.
It's not going to be fun for anyone.
It's not going to work, but I'll watch it, obviously.
Yeah. Right, of course.
I was curious. Do you think, based on what happened in the sheriff's office at the beginning of the episode, do you think that Matt was also compelled?
Ooh.
Because you know how they did that, like, editing trick with all of them?
Yeah, right.
We know Jeremy was, but
yeah,
what about him?
Right, of, like, them being like, oh, yeah, she just skipped town.
She's just like my mom.
Right. I don't know. I feel like it's possible.
I also don't know. I feel like to tie up loose ends, which is what this whole episode is of Damon trying to do, I think that I would infer that he did because he doesn't want shit to come back around.
Yeah, I'm sure there was at least a light sprinkling of that just to cover the bases, right? In case, like, he said anything that was, like, could be suspicious.
Right. I agree.
But it does seem like he also did believe that.
Yes.
Also.
I agree.
But yeah, maybe it's just a preventative measure.
Some preventative compelling.
Right.
Right. I wrote down 2 notes at the end of this. One, that I got really sad when Matt said, "You're not a kiddie pool."
God, that whole scene. And him being like, I don't think being deep is, like, your thing. And then she goes in this full, like, oh my god, I have nothing. Like, I have literally head empty in here. He's like, no, wait. No, you're not a kiddie pool. You're not shallow. It's fine. Like, and it's not what I'm saying.
And that's fine, Caroline. Like, you don't need to be... Not everyone needs to be the ocean.
Right.
But also, maybe let's not have this conversation when you're hammered, you know?
Right, yeah. Maybe this would resonate a little bit deeper in a different environment. But
right. The other note that I wrote down is that it would not be a Scorpio's birthday party, because Stefan's a Scorpio, without death and betrayal.
God. Yeah.
Because, I mean, it hurt at the end when Matt got into bed with Caroline. It's not in a sexual way. It was just very much in a, like, I'm going to make sure that you don't vomit. Right. You don't, like, aspirate on your vomit. But I stand by what we've said every week. The fight at the end between Stefan and Damon was the hottest thing this episode.
It's so homoerotic. And him being like, you missed. And it's like, yeah, I know. Obviously. We're even now, though. So, don't fuck with me. It's like, are y'all gonna kiss or what?
Because, like, when Stefan and Elena have that conversation right outside of the grill, and Stefan, with so much energy, more than he's ever had before, because, like, they have a conversation earlier in the episode when he's like, you can come to me for anything, babe. And she's like, go away. Nothing. There's no chemistry.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he starts talking about Damon, there's so much fire. He's like, why are you trying to save him? And Elena says, I'm trying to save you. As soon as Damon's brought up, now there's fire, now there's passion, now there's chemistry. But it's not between them, it's just because Damon's brought up. Then, sometimes the show has really good editing. And then there's this super fight at the end, and the editing just goes bananas. It's just real weird.
We're getting real artistic in here.
But it was very homoerotic, and I didn't hate it, but I just need you writers to be honest with yourselves.
Right.
About what's happening.
Yeah. Are you scared?
Are you?
Don't be a coward, okay? Just do it.
I'm just going to be pissed, and I know it's not going to happen. But I just don't understand why the CW had 2 shows about brothers, and neither one of them was gay. You know?
Right.
Like, statistically that's
unlikely.
That's not how this works.
I've never met 2 straight brothers.
You can't have 2 pairs of brothers and all of them are straight. That's not how this works.
Yeah, the math is certainly not math.
I've seen the stats, okay?
I know the numbers, okay?
I know. God.
What do you think's gonna happen to Bonnie, dude?
Dude, the way this episode ended, it took everything in me not to keep watching.
God, I'm so scared for her all the time. And I know she's getting done dirty left and right, front and center.
That's the thing that kills me. I wish that I didn't... Well, I don't know that I wish I didn't know. But it kills me going into this, watching season 1, knowing that both the character and the actress for Bonnie gets done dirty at the end of this. Because she's the most interesting part of this whole fucking show.
By far.
And to end this with her having not just prophetic dreams, but her, like, either sleepwalking or teleporting to the old cemetery.
Yeah.
And the, like, it's coming. What the what the A24 is this?
Yeah. Get out of here.
And it's not even just, like, it's some Stephen King shit, too, because we're in, like, an old, like, a founding town in the U.S. We've got ghosts here that are, like, old, scary ghosts.
Yeah.
I need her to be safe, and I know that it's not going to happen, and that hurts me.
Yeah, I can't do this anymore. I'm pissed off.
How do you have a spin-off of this show, and it's not about Bonnie?
Yeah, for real. God, fools, all of you.
Every time that we say her name, by the way, I think about the love of my life, Bonnie, which is Bonnie Hunt. And,
oh, sure. Yeah.
And that makes me feel and believe in the truth that, like, all Bonnies are good.
Yeah, I believe that. That's a good theory.
Can you look at the photo for next week, season 1, episode 9, title History Repeating?
I sure can.
Who's this man? Who's this man?
Who's this? Yeah, who is this?
Why are we getting a hot teacher?
Listen, we had to replace horrible, terrible history teacher, and now we get sexy teacher, question mark?
Does this mean... Here's my hope. I don't know that this will happen. But Stefan, we know, loves history.
Sure.
Will he love this teacher? Is this where this is going?
Is this the breakthrough moment?
Will he finally realize that he loves men as much as he loves history?
Oh my god.
All I can hope, you know?
Yeah. So we don't ask for much here on this show, you know?
Just not comp het. Which is too much for the CW, I guess.
I guess. That's probably too much to ask.
If I was that actor, I'd feel so bad having to work with chalk every day. That would be my, like, in my writer,
God.
Absolutely fucking not. No chalk.
Never, ever. Yeah.
Nope. I'm so sorry to that man. We have some amazing... patrons. Would you like to start us off?
Hell yeah. Thank you to Sean Salvatore.
Ooh, thank you to Megan Pattinson.
Pew pew. Thank you to Katya Carr.
Ooh, thank you to Ashton Vogel.
Ooh, thank you to Maddie Facinelli.
Ooh, thank you to Genevieve Morgan.
Ooh, thank you to Danielle Burke.
Ooh, thank you to Sophia Salinger.
Ow. Thank you to Laura 40.
Ooh, thank you to Dan Zeklos.
Ow. And last but certainly not least, thank you to Emily O. Sarah. Pew, pew, pew.
I have a fan fiction for you today.
Okay.
This was written by Paynes Gray. It was published in November of 2009. So really get in here. And it's titled Give Me a Reason. The summary is Matt has some thoughts as he wakes up with Caroline in his arms. Matt wakes up groggily to Caroline talking in her sleep, and he remembers where he is. He notices the unfamiliar surroundings and the warm body that's nestled in his arms. He strains to listen to the words coming from her lips, but he discerns nothing, and instead, he shifts softly and draws the fallen covers over her shoulder. She nuzzles closer to him, and he grins unexpectedly when he realizes his arm has fallen numb under her soft weight. He lets out a sigh and feels his sleepiness drain away as he becomes more alert. It must be 4 a.m, and he wonders if Caroline's mother has come home yet. If she is home, she must have reacted soundlessly to him being here, and he's grateful she wasn't cruel enough to break them away. Matt still can't believe he's here. It's oddly comforting that he's able to help Caroline. For someone so popular and confident, Matt's never seen her look more vulnerable and scared than last night. Yet, Matt thinks that helping her is natural for him. He's been useless lately, frozen and impotent since Elena left him. He hates to use that word, but she really hurt him. He thinks he's getting over it, but every day something kicks him while he's down. Elena and Stefan, Vicky's disappearance, and most of all being single while still being Elena's friend. Some days he can't take it. He wants to hate Stefan and blame him for making him feel this way, but he knows it isn't right. It would be easier for Matt if Stefan was actually a bad guy. End scene.
Dang. Okay.
So apparently, this is a ship that exists now.
Yes.
There's a lot of works with these.
There's a lot to choose from here.
There's a lot to choose from.
It's a ripe selection.
This was the first one that I saw from 2009. Because I'm still working backwards, so I avoid spoilers.
Sure.
But enjoy, friends. And tell your friends about the show.
Yes.
And you know what is coming up soon that I just realized? Is Spotify Wrapped.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
So we get to look at people and what they're also listening to.
Yeah,
so
maybe we'll do another one of those roasting your music tastes.
Oh, I can't wait.
From our Spotify analytics.
Oh, I can't wait.
Just to wrap the year off.
One of my favorite traditions. All right, friends, as we stay in the Pacific Northwest.
Get bit.
Ooh.
Ow.
Into the Twilight is an Earbud Media production. You can follow us on Twitter at Into the Twilight or on TikTok at Into the Twilight Show. You can find me at Cody Corral on Twitter and Allie at Alexandria Does. And you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Into the Twilight. We have merch, so much stuff. All those links are in the episode description. And make sure to rate and review us on your favorite podcast hosting platform. It really helps the show. Thanks. Bye.
You've been listening to Earbud Media Production. Earbud Media, audio for everyone.